Good morning, everybody. This is Grant Russell with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I'm going to just give you a walkthrough on a recent trade-in that we just got in. We got some previous owners just traded in a beautiful 2022 Newmar Ventana 4037, bless you, 4037 bath and a half. Absolutely gorgeous coach. We've got the Colfax exterior, it's got the Colfax interior, the Newport glazed maple matte finish wood on the interior. And when we get in there, you'll see the flooring is the Essex. It's got the Essex flooring laid like a Newmar Essex. So it looks really good. The color choices on this coach have been done right. So when you get a chance to see that, you'll see what I'm talking about. But 10,000 miles is how many this coach just showed up with, just over 10,000 miles. Very well cared for. Previous owners took immaculate care of this coach. Also, we have 98 hours, just under 100 hours showing on the generator. Excuse me. As you can see with the awnings out, we've got the what they call it, the Nova, Girard Nova awnings. So you got two of them. And you can see that pitch right down the middle. Gives you some nice coverage outside here. Tires, you got 305, 70, 22 and a half all the way around. Moving down the line, we got a 100-gallon fuel tank, fillable from both sides. With the slides in, you can see how the Newmar slides are nice and flush all the way around. Keeps those seals nice and tight when they're closed. And also when they're out. When they're out, you've got another seal that keeps those nice and tight whenever they're all fully extended. In this first bay here, it is pre-wired and plumbed with 12 volt and 110. If someone wants to add a refrigerator freezer combo on the exterior here, it's certainly doable. Also, you'll notice we got the conduit line running to the door here. So all of the compartment doors are gonna have keyless lock and unlock. You can do that from a key fob, or you can actually do it from your entrance handle here as well. LED lights that will light up your bays when that's in the on position. It's kind of hard to see at daylight, but there's some nice LED lights back here. You can kind of see it lights up my hand here, but that lights up this bay very nicely in the evening for you. This one has the optional full extension compartment slide out for all your stuff, your gear and things you want to store on there and bring along. You got a 3/4 tray here. Call it a 3/4 tray because this does back up to the bay. The compartment storage across the way has the Oasis hydronic heat on the other side there. And then we missed the TV, but we do have an exterior 43-inch LED smart TV. And that is on a swivel, so that will pull out. And you can angle it down to kind of get the glare off of it. And you'll notice up here, well, I've got the windows open too, so it's a nice day. It was a little warm in there, so we're cooling it off on the inside, but at least have these jalousie windows around it. So if it is raining outside or anything like that, you can see with these open, you can still keep them open. It does have the screen inside there. Keep a nice cross draft with the windows open on a nice day like today. Also, you'll notice right here, we got a camera. This does have the OmniView 360 camera view. We can show that on the dash when we get to that location in a little bit. But basically gives you kind of a bird's eye view look from above. It looks like you're looking from above the coach. So we can show that when we get on the inside there. And in this bay, behind that pegboard is 105 gallons of fresh water. Speaking of water tanks, you've got 105 of fresh, 75 gallons of black or gray water, excuse me, and 55 gallons of black water. Instead of seeing the side of a tank, Newmar puts this pegboard in here so you can hang some tools, as you can see like we have here. And a 4037 floor plan is going to have a 245-inch wheelbase from the steer axle to the drive axle, plus the tag. And speaking of tag, this tag will turn up to 12 degrees as needed at speeds of 20 miles an hour or less. Okay, coming back to the back here, as you may notice right away, this is a Spartan chassis. Spartan chassis is going to give you a couple of disconnect switches for your house batteries, some easy access to some of your fuel filters are located here. Being a Spartan chassis, this is built on the K2. It's a 400 horsepower. This is the ISL, or excuse me, not ISL, it's the L 8.9 liter Spartan K2 400 horsepower with 1250 torque. You can tow up to, this is a 2022, I want to say it's up to, yeah, 15,000 pounds with the tag axle and the Allison 3000 with the 400 horsepower. You could tow up to 15,000 pounds. And as you can see, it does have an air chuck system here, plus your 7-way. So it's all set up for either an electric braking system or an air braking system. Here's another one of these cameras, like I was showing you on the side of the coach, for the Omni 360 view. And then up at the very top, you'll see the backup camera. Got some storage. So since this is coach, all of the Spartan K2 400 horsepower is built for the Ventana are going to have the rear radiator. So since it does have the rear radiator, it does free up some storage on the side here. Got a block heater plug here. Plug that in, you can turn the block heater. There's a switch on the inside there in the coach to turn that on and off to keep your engine diesel from gelling or anything like that, so it makes it crank easier in the winter times. You can see diesel exhaust fluid is going to be located here. Little dry storage compartment here with a drain. This is kind of near your dump station, if you will. So a great place to store gloves, chemicals, hoses, things like that that are associated to the dump station here. In the dump station, we do have, you can walk your city water hose out. I love these flap seals here. I always like to mention those because you can just pop that in place, close the door when it comes time to hooking up, and then pull that out, push the button, we'll retract the water hose in. Whole house water filtration system. As you can see, your gate valves are inside this compartment for the 75-gallon gray water and 55-gallon black water. This is where it dumps to. You can see it does have a sewage rinse. You want to pull that gate valve when you're sending water in, flushing out the black water. You can see right here we've got this clear hose with some blue fluid in it. This coach is winterized at the moment, but this is your winterization valve. And then you got your outdoor shower. Moving down the line, we've got 50 feet, 50 amp shore power. So you can walk this out, similar to the water hose I was mentioning earlier. Pop that in the flap seal area, close the door. Makes life easy when you're hooking and unhooking the shore power here. And of course you got a push button power reel to reel that hose back in, or excuse me, cord. And then also located in here, you've got your transfer switch, the RV power monitor ATS system, the automatic transfer switch system's located here. Also your park cable down below. And a convenient light switch inside this bay. Oasis. So this coach was equipped as an all-electric. So it has the hydronic heat, which is the Oasis Chinook system. There's 2 electric elements in here, as well as a diesel burner to heat your hot water and to heat the coach. So there's no propane also. So since this was elected to have the all-electric system, it'll have an induction cooktop inside, as well as a convection microwave oven, all-electric refrigerator, and again, no propane. Other side of the pass-through storage, the same tray we pulled out earlier. Goes all the way through on both sides. Very clean storage. Again, this is how it came in. Customers that own this took very nice care of this coach. Okay, we've got 8 lead acid 6-volt batteries on a slide tray. So that slides out. When it comes time to maintenance, for maintenance on these batteries, you have the convenience to slide this tray out to access it. But again, nice clean bay. Everything's been well kept. Here's another one of those cameras. I know I keep mentioning the OmniView 360 camera view. So we'll take this camera, the rear camera, and there'll be one on the very front, and it'll give you that OmniView 360 view. On this side, we've got the other side of the 100-gallon fuel tank. In this bay, we've got fuse panel, a lot of your wiring harness, everything kind of tied into the Spartan chassis is going to be located in this compartment. You do have some spare fuses located here. That yellow coiled up hose, that's an air hose. You can tap into the air system on the coach. And also in here, you do have a pull. If I pull this, do I have it up? I already have it up, okay. Couldn't remember. Close that off. So that pull tab will release the hood, and then now we have access to your generator. The generator is an 8,000 watt Cummins Onan generator. I think I mentioned to you earlier, just under 100 hours, showing 98 hours when we got this in on a trade. Also located in here, your air horns. You'll notice and they're tucked back all the way in there. There's a second one all the way back here in the back. Also, this red handle here. So this has the hot water line as an option, so you can hook a water hose to it. After a long trip, you can spray all the bugs that caked on the front of the coach, get those washed off easily. And in here you do have an air chuck. Remember that coiled up yellow air hose that was in the compartment? Hook that up here. Also located on the far left and down is your hydraulics. So the hydraulics motor will be for the leveling jacks. Okay. Before we go in, just something to point out. Previous owners added these nice little cushion steps going in. That's something you don't see very rare, but it was so nice. We decided let's leave them on there. And as we go in here, on a Ventana, you're going to get some nice little storage compartments underneath both steps. Just like to point that out. Nice place to keep gloves, umbrellas, tools, kick off your flip-flops, shoes. And then right above this step is going to be your step cover. There's a little switch here. You can run this out, and it should rise up. So whoever's sitting here, especially if you've got longer legs, place to set your feet when you're traveling. I should make you climb over that next video. All right, come on in. So I always like to keep the slides in so you can see how much room you have to navigate back to the back. As you can see, you do have a little small space to navigate through here if you needed to get to the half bath. You can still get into the half bath if you need to use the restroom, or should you need to get access to the refrigerator, grab a cold beverage or something out of here. As you can see, you can still get to it. Tight quarters, but doable. All right. I'm gonna sneak by here and we'll get some slides out so you can see how much this opens up. So we'll go both slides out at the same time. As this is going out, just some things to point out. What I mentioned to you earlier, this has the Colfax decor along with the Newport glazed maple hardwood with matte finish on all the wood. Very sharp look. And if you look at the flooring down below, that is an Essex floor tile that's been laid in this Ventana. Looks really nice with the rest of the decor package picked for this one. It looks really sharp. And as you can see, this does have the popular theater seating. With theater seating, you get a nice big compartment storage down below here with a little slider. You can hide things out of the way down below. Back in the back, you'll see some multiplex lighting, and then that center switch, televator up and down. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the down because we have it in the up position, which you'll notice the 50-inch television now is going down. And all your TVs are Samsung smart TVs, 1080p smart televisions. Behind the TV, we got the manual MCD roller shades. So you'll have those throughout the coach. Here's your night shade here for the kitchen area. Here's the day shade. And then I'll go ahead. So again, we got the 50-inch televator across from the theater seating. Is what they call the dormy sofa. That's a Newmar term, or in layman's term, fold and tumble sofa. So this comes up. Oops. I have to release this here. Folds down. Flip this part down. And there's your, oh, you're on the cushions, yeah. And then you dress it with your sheets and your blankets. So these are all padded. And then just go the opposite of what you just did to store it. Oops. I'm getting hung up somewhere. Oh, that's what it is. I went too far past the armrest. There we go. We're live on video, so sometimes these things happen. Learn from your mistakes, right? Okay, and then moving down the line, up above, we do have some good storage above the TV. You'll see a sound bar up top. So along with the 50-inch smart TV, it does have a nice sound system. That's a Bose speaker. There's a hidden Bose subwoofer. It's kind of tucked in out of the way, back under the cabinet storage area there. And then also things I like to point out, you'll notice the thickness in these headers, like above your storage area. A lot of folks mention that looks like wasted space. It's actually not. I mean, it is taking up space, but it's great insulation. So Newmar keeps the insulation consistent from the ceiling to the rooftop. They'll carry it in your slide headers. What does that do for the user? It doesn't work the air conditioners as hard in the summertime. You won't work your furnace as hard in the wintertime. It's quieter. You're watching a ball game, you're watching a movie, it starts pouring down rain outside. you're not cranking the volume up because you're hearing a bunch of rain pounding down on the coach. So Newmar does a really fantastic job when it comes to insulating all of their coaches. And you notice how easy it is to open and close all these cabinets. They've got these nice heavy-duty hinges. It's all Amish built. These are built in Napanee, Indiana. A great quality craftsmanship when it comes to the woodwork that you see built into a Newmar. Everything's done in-house, even the little adjustable shelving. All of the styles are all real wood styles around. This little hidden storage compartment right up above the convection microwave oven. So yes, it's a used coach, but lightly used. It's this very clean in here. I mean, I don't think they used, some of this stuff was not even used in the time that they owned it. I'm guessing they went out to eat quite a bit. I don't know. All right, so moving down the line, we've got some more storage here. We'll pull out. Adjustable shelf in the back. Again, more storage here as well. And your workspace for the kitchen, if you notice, everything's nice and flush. We do have one more extender here. Full extension drawer glides. Notice as I'm closing those, just does have the soft close on them. And then below this, we do have the optional dishwasher. Now, I mentioned outside earlier that this does have the induction cooktop. So this is the all-electric coach. With the true induction cooktop, this will come out. You can simply unplug it here, take this outdoors. If you want to cook something outside, keep the odors outside, you certainly can. Or for cleanup, pull this out. Makes life easier when you're cleaning around in here. And then on the flip side of these covers, Corian countertop covers, these are cutting boards. We got a double sink, stainless steel sink. Nice residential faucet head. Adjustable head here. And then down below, we've got some good storage, dedicated area for your trash. Good storage below for kitchen items. Okay, and then across from the kitchen area, this is the standard comfort booth dinette. Basically, you see a lot of booth dinettes that will extend out to make a larger table. So this one's a little different in that it does make a bed. So you'll notice how large this cushion is here. And then, so you have this cushion that goes on top here, and I guess you guys get the idea, and that drops down, and that makes one nice large bed. I can bring my tape measure, but I'm 6'2". I'd say that's about 6 feet from cushion to cushion there, all the way across. But also, if you're sitting here with friends and family and having drinks, playing a board game, playing cards, this is a very large table for that too. So makes a nice gaming table as well. And then below the booth, get 2 pull-out drawers for some additional storage. Great place to keep those board games if you wanted to store those underneath. Okay, and then behind the booth dinette, we've got, notice these don't pull out so easy because you gotta push to release. So push to release on all your pantry drawers. You got 6 of them there. Really nice pantry storage. Of course, we've got the residential refrigerator. You get the 19.7 cubic foot storage. Ice bin down below. Ice maker is going to be located here, and this is your freezer down below. And this black device you see in here is Newmar's install for a lock. Slide that over to the left. Keeps these from flying open when you're driving. Okay, in the half bath, you'll notice how this door, it's got this inverting door that opens in. So when you're I don't know if you noticed earlier when I was walking down the middle of the coach, but it makes it so this doesn't open up on the slide floor, and you can still get in here when the slides are in. But so one thing I always like to point out is Newmar's puts the house breakers are going to be located up here. It's out of reach of children. It's easy to get to even when the slides are in. You can still walk to get into the half bath and get into this location for the house breakers. Everything's nicely labeled there for you. You also notice you've got your fuse panel back in the back here, and on the side, inside of this door, you've got a nicely labeled for your 12 volt house fuses right here. And then down below here, we've got your KIB. You see all these wires running here. So that's part of the multiplex lighting system throughout the coach. And then we do have some good storage. Try to suck it in and get out of the way there so you guys can see. You do have some pretty nice storage for the half bath as well. And then also down below, you'll notice those little decorative vents. So this have heat, dedicated heat for this half bath, as well as dedicated air conditioning for the half bath as well. And then we do have a medicine cabinet. It does have a bowl sitting on top of the countertop versus a recessed bowl. What's nice about it though is it will give you some taller storage, of course, underneath here. And then also down below, you got a little kick plate. So if you're sweeping, sweep everything to there, and that's got the central vac suction area located there for cleanup. Also, when that's on, if you've got your hose attachments hooked up here, you can vacuum the rest of the coach using the central vacuum hoses. Pocket door. We'll close off. Living area to the bedroom. And then let me move this out of the way. We've got a king size bed. So some things I always like to point out that Newmar does differently than a lot of manufacturers is they actually give you some room when it comes time to make the bed. It's easy to get your sheets, your blankets, and your pillow and your comforter on without having to fight the walls. So it's easy. If you look on both sides, it's got about a 2-inch gap on both sides. Up overhead, you do have some great storage. There's also an electrical outlet in the overhead compartment here. If someone has a sleeping machine and they want to use the little access ports on the left and the right side of the bed, you can run your hose attachments out the bottom here. Or if you just want to have additional charging, electrical plugs, same thing. Of course, you've got the side windows. Both side windows do open, little sliding windows. And you do have the day and the night shades throughout all the windows in the bedroom. Over here on the wall, you'll see a little round black device there. That's your thermostat for the bedroom. You've got two zones. So you have your main living room zone and then the bedroom zone when it comes to your HVAC. And then this little switch here, you've got a couple of speaker switches on and off. If you want to hear the radio, whatever's playing on the dash stereo up front, you can listen to it in the bedroom here. Okay, you've got lift assist on the bed. With lift assist, gives you nice access to your storage under the bed. So unlike some other manufacturers out there, I think Newmar does it right. They'll put all your water compartments are down in the compartment storage below. That does free up some great storage under the bed. And additionally, you do have electrical outlets on both sides of the bed. Plus you've got a couple of USB ports built into the electrical outlet. And then down below, nice little compartment storage. Place to keep your keys, your wallet, your purse, bottle of water, anything you like to keep next to you when you're laying in bed. And then over here on this side, we do have your multiplex light controls. So this is your ceiling lights, your kitchen living room lights, dresser lights, accent lights. Let me hit accent lights. I don't know if those are even on in here. Let's see. Yeah, so above in the ceiling plenum, if you will, that's your accent lights. And that's throughout the whole coach. Additionally, since we're up here, Newmar runs the air conditioners right down the center of the coach. These ceiling plenums are hung by a piano hinge, typically just pull down on it. So now I can access the air conditioner vents. If you notice, the return vents are these black round vents there, and these kind of green with the sponge on the exterior there. Those are the out. So that's just a little soft touch, so when you close this, you don't get any vibration on the ceiling plenum. And then these guys, these just simply pop out like so. Pull the filter out, clean them out, let them dry out, put them back in place, and then pop it back in place there. Those are for your return air vents on the air conditioner. And then just simply do like I did and pop that back in place. Storage. I don't know if there's ever enough storage in an RV, but the 4037 does give you some great storage. There's a little light up here, as well as a dresser light. So you can see you got some nice hanging clothes area there. You'll have the same thing on this side. And then you'll notice right here in the middle, we got a 43-inch Samsung Smart TV. And then you have 5. These are full, this one's a full, this one comes out quite a bit. And then the rest of these are just regular full extensions. And then this one pops down. This is your kind of your entertainment area. So this has an adjustable shelf in here. It's not hooked up at the moment, but it's also where your HDMI ports are located. If you want to put in a gaming system in here or a receiver for satellite TV, that's where that would go in this area. Okay, and then moving to the back. So we got the master bathroom. We'll start over here. So we do have an egress door behind the toilet. So this has to be unlocked like that. Push this in this way. So now we can open this up. So now, not that you ever want to have to use this as an emergency to get out, but if you did, this panel comes off right here, simply just held up by magnets. And then it has a telescoping ladder that drops out. So it does make it a little easier to get out. Also, if you're loading the bedroom or you're loading anything towards the back of the coach, this is a great location to pass things through the rear door here when it comes time to load or unload anything out of the rear of the coach. Something to point out there. Then we got, again, day and night, regular rolling shades. Over here on the side, we do have a macerator flushing toilet. So this is a push button macerator flushing toilet. That is ceramic, residential style toilet. Plenty of leg room Stackable washer dryer. Lots of great use of counter space. All Corian, even the sink kind of flows in it's all solid surface countertops. Right up above, we do have some great use of medicine cabinet storage. And then down below, some good storage underneath the sink, as well as a couple of full extension drawer glides. Just a place to keep all your toiletry items. And then over here we have, oh, that was on pretty tight. You'll notice in this closet we have the safe, as well as hanging clothes storage up above. And then at the very bottom, another pull-out drawer as well there. Just to keep extra towels, shampoo items. And then we do have master bath shower. Let's give you kind of an idea how much room you have. So with these doors closed, I'm 6'2". I got plenty of elbow room, plenty of space to take a shower. You'll notice while I'm in here, you have a nice little ledge here to keep all your toiletry items. It does have the AquaView water saving system, so you can turn this to recirculate the water. So when you remember, you do have 105 gallons of fresh water on this coach. However, if you don't want to waste any water waiting for the water to warm up, you can simply turn that shower miser system on, let it warm up, and then it'll then give you instant hot water. Again, you have a another pocket door. Okay, see you later. All right, we're almost done. I'm gonna move this back because I don't think I can get my long legs in between that seat and that steering wheel the way it was all the way forward. Okay. So again, we're in a 2022 Newmar Ventana 4037 built on the Spartan chassis. The Spartan K2, 400 horsepower, 1250 torque, 15,000 pound tow rating. This will get you from A to B, no problem, and your tow vehicle. Go ahead and turn this on. So over here on the side, we've got these two monitors here. Let's get everything booted up here. So just to point out right here, 10,132 miles is what this coach is currently showing. Am I not gonna have any power? Oh, there we go. Gotta turn it on. We'll let that boot up for just a second. So while that's booting up, just some things to go over down below here. Of course, you've got your standard HVAC system off the chassis. You've got a 12 volt outlet here. Is there still some devices out there that do require 12 volt plug-ins? And I know that some of you RVers out there do use them. You'll see a couple of USB ports here as well. You have your entrance lock and unlock. So that'll get all your compartment doors as well as the main entrance door. And then now that this is up, so I'm gonna go to my camera system. Okay, and then this camera's button here, I can toggle through. So earlier in the video, I was talking about those OmniView 360 camera view, and it gives you kind of a bird's eye view of the top of the coach, as you can see on the left side of the screen there. And then there's some other camera views you can toggle through, as you can see as I'm hitting the switch there. There's the rear of the coach plus seeing the top. But that is handy if you're driving on a 3 or 4 lane highway and you can see all the lanes around you as you're doing 65, 70 miles an hour. You can literally see the cars creeping up on your left and the right side of you. So kind of a handy feature to have. Going back out of this, You'll notice it does have the radio is going to be AM, FM, XM, Sirius satellite radio. It's got Sirius located here. You can Bluetooth your phone, your mobile device, to, if you have Android or Apple, you can pair your phones to this. And it does have Nav and Go, is a system in 2022. I believe that was when Nav and Go was introduced to Newmar as the new GPS system. Instead of, they went away from the previous, which I can't remember, not Garmin, doesn't matter. Nav and Go is what the, Rand McNally, thank you. Yeah, couldn't remember the term. So Nav and Go has automatic updates versus having to take a chip out, plug it in the computer, and upload them there. So that's kind of a nice system to have there with Nav and Go. Let's see, down below here, you do have, let's see, I think this is just a place to store your phone. Sometimes you see a little light. This doesn't look like a docking station for that, where it charges. You get a shot over there on the side of the passenger seat. You'll see there's a charge pad right next to those toggle switches for a passenger to have a charge station for their phone. And then you do have a couple of drawers, pull out here, place to store things, pen, keys, extra keys, wallets, smaller items there. And then below here we've got some visor controls. That's going to be the solar shade, and then you have your night shade with the engine running. It's going to stop right there. That's as low as I can get them to go with the engine on. And then this switch here, I've got overhead fans. So if it's a humid day and you're getting a lot of fog build up on the window, this is a large window, so you can use those overhead fans to clear some of that off of the window, or just circulate some air in here. And then again, that's high, medium, and low for that. Generator on-off switch. And then this is this switch right here. It says front fan, high and low. So don't get that confused with what I was just operating there. So this switch here is actually for operating the Oasis hydronic heat. That'll pull some heat off of the Oasis system in the winter time. If you want to get some heat up here around your feet in the front area, you can use the high and the low switch system there, so long as the Oasis hydronic heat system is on. Okay, and then there's a pedal over here on my left side. I know you can't see it, but I push it down with my left foot, and now I can simply tilt and telescope the steering wheel. Also, being the Spartan chassis, this is going to be what the dash cluster will look like with the Spartan. I can simply use these arrows to go up and down through the different features. The first one that you see here says brightness. I can go into the brightness and adjust that up and down for the dash cluster. Go out of that. Messages, if there's any messages, for instance, if you had a check engine light or a low pressure warning appearing, that would display here. Right now it's green, it says none. That's good news, because that means we don't have any errors showing up to alert us. In the settings here, you can toggle through here. You've got your compass, your sound, units, service diagnostics, but more importantly, it's where comfort drive is located. So if I hit OK there, so in the comfort drive setting, I can go all the way up to a 5 or all the way down to a 1. You probably are wondering, well, what does that do? So what that does is it will put tension in the steering wheel. If you're driving through a really windy state, you're getting 30, 40 mile an hour wind gusts, turn that up to a 5, and that helps counter. It puts a little bit more tension in the steering wheel. And every 20 seconds, it's monitoring the way you're driving it. If you're constantly fighting the strong side wind, it'll fight it for you. I'd say more at a 3.5 to 4 is kind of normal power steering feeling. And then if you're going through a lot of switchbacks and you want a real light feeling when you're turning the steering wheel, you can go to a lower setting there. Also, if you are backing the coach up, and I've got the steering wheel turned. Sometimes you can have the steering wheel cocked just a little right or a little left, and as you're going back, you're going into a turn. Simply let go of the wheel, and it takes you right back to center as you're taking it back, especially if you have your target lined up on your backup camera there. All right, and then if you go out of the comfort drive and back to the main menu, again, you can toggle through. There's your trip. Some info. Exhaust, got the info set up to exhaust temp right now. Engine percentage, torque, transmission temperature, boost, engine load, accelerator position. So it's got a lot of nice features for the driver to view. All right, coming out of that, on this side, we do have a left and a right for our side view mirrors, as well as mirror heat. And then you can, this is your lights, on and off, bright, dim, fog lamps, dome light. Dome light's gonna be above my head here. It's got there's a map light right up above my head to give me some light if I'm, or just reading a book. And then over here on the side, we got a couple of cup holders here, some good storage down below here. Keep things out of the way. Six-speed Allison 3000 series. You can see we've got a manual sliding window, but both the screen and the window do slide. So if you're going through a toll booth, you can still get access to the outside of the coach there. And then over here on the side, we've got a pedal adjustment. If you get a shot of the pedals, for taller folks, you want to move the pedals in, certainly can. For shorter folks, you can bring the pedals towards you. And again, adjust the seats, a 6-way power seat, so you can set that to your likings. And then back to these buttons over here on the side. So that was your pedals. You have a merge. You can merge the house with the chassis batteries, or you can merge the chassis with the house batteries. If you ever run it, you get in the power, you can't turn the coach on using the chassis batteries. You can simply hold down the house. That'll merge all the batteries from house to chassis and turn the engine over using the house batteries. And then vice versa, if you run in a low voltage on the house and you wanted to crank the generator using the chassis, simply hold down the chassis, then you can fire up the generator using it that way. You have an air horn on and off, so city horn would be that one, and then you do have the nice loud air horn. Can you hear that, Evan? All right, we're almost done here. We got a tag dump here. We can manually dump the tag right here, or if I have it in the forward position, every time I go into reverse, that will dump the air on the tag, and it automatically centers that tag so you don't get any tire scrub. Engine brake on and off, and when it's on, you have a low, a medium, and a high. And then last but not least, we do have the equalizer system. That's the hydraulic jacks. So auto leveling, just simply hit auto level and let it do its thing. But if you do ever need to manually run a jack, you do have controls using that as well. All right. Well, let me just double check here. Make sure I covered what I wanted to cover on it. I think I did. So, yeah, if you're looking for a nice pre-owned 2022 Newmar Ventana 4037 with 10,000 miles and right at 100 hours, just under 100 hours on the generator, well cared for, you found one. Anyways, I'm Grant Russell with Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Feel free to reach out to me. My contact info should be being displayed below, and we'll see you next time.